Today, in a new TouchDesigner tutorial, we're going to create a light entity. So for start this tutorial, we're going to use particles, but the soap particles. So they are going to be simple particles, so it's not complicated. So for that, I'm going to start with the line. The line needs to be minus 0.5 between 0.5 and a horizontal line. I'm going to put 25 dots. Okay. After that, I'm going to use a transform. Why? Because I want to translate this. So I move in the line, give animation or movement. And after that, we add the particle system. And we need to change a few things. I'm going to add external force, 1 here, so going to up, 1 here, turbulence 2. Maybe instead it's something like that. Yeah. And we need to change a few things. I want 1000. We don't need too much mass, maybe 1. We need to change the drag. Maybe just 1. And yeah, maybe change this small. Yeah. So we have like this going up and down. You can see it's like a random just line and particles moving around. For the animation of the transform, I'm going to use a pattern because I want go and back all the time. And just need 1. And I'm going to animate this to ABS time. That's seconds multiplied by 0.1. And this go, I think so, go to minus 0.1 to, sorry, not, sorry, minus 1 to 1. So I want that. Okay, and then I can add this to the position. It's just, I want to add just random position all the time, going down and up all the time. So we create this, like more movement to the element. Okay, I'm going to add the 3D symbols thing that we need: a geometry, a camera, a light, and a material. Right now, just a constant. For the constant, I add that. And then we need a render. Render. We have that. And I'm going to add a null. I'm going to put name at 1. I'm going to put the preview. So we have these lines moving around, nothing happen. So it's like, what we can do with this? So yeah, the cool thing is we can start with the camera. You can press this button, the plus, and you can move the camera and say, okay, I want something like this in the center. Cool. And then we need to add more things because it's just particles moving. We need to work in this area. And first I'm going to add a transform because I want to add the background. We add black. Cool. And we have a few options. First, we're going to create a, I think it's called Slit Scan. Then we need to create a like a mirror, sorry, the pronunciation, like a mirror effect, and then add a feedback. So there are 3 things that we need to add for create like effect like light or something like that. So for the slit cant, I'm going to create a null because I have it here. I created, it will be easy for you what happened. But what we want is duplicate this shape to the left and right when it's in a specific position. And yeah, you can control all of this, but I think it's better if I explain you how do it or how this thing works. So first I'm going to create a rectangle, and the rectangle needs to have the resolution. I'm going to put just one here and change the side of this. After that, sorry, we need to connect these together. We can do it with a composite or with a multiply. You don't see nothing, but I'm going to, help you to see what's going on, I'm going to use the banana. Sorry, Buddha and scan. But I'm going to use the banana too. So multiply. So what I'm doing, just in this line, I'm going to show this area of the banana. And obviously then we can replace this with the current shape, but right now the banana will help. After that, I need to a feedback. The feedback, we need a transform. And then we need to put together all of this with a composite. And we can select an over. We connect here. The feedback need this composite. And what we need to do is change the translate or position just a little bit. And the idea is connect here with a composite. Connect this to this and over. And you have this repetition of the banana to the left. Obviously, we can change this. It's like, sorry, not two numbers, 0, and maybe, yeah, you can maybe 1, but a minus. So you can see it's detecting this part of the banana. I'm going to reset this one and start moving in that direction. So yeah, we can move this rectangle. I'm going to put the banana here. And I can move the rectangle and this, and we decide what area we want to duplicate the banana. So the idea is duplicate this 2 times that, and then we go into the transform, and now we go to the other direction, to the right, and we can put all of this together. It's like, we don't need this one, we can connect this. We have the banana duplicated to the left and right. Obviously, I'm going to put this to the right. So yeah, the idea is that to take one part of the banana and like split this to the left and the other side to the right. And I have the same here, it's the same. I have the rectangle, I have the multiply, the feedback. But the cool thing right now is like, you have this slit scan, and you can select, I prefer change the scale of the rectangle. It's like you go inside, change the width of this. I can put this, so you can see it's bigger. And you can see I'm going to connect right now what happened if I do with my shape or these particles. You can see it's like duplicated, but I'm going to delete all of this. We have this, my slit scan is the same. I'm going to go inside again. So yeah, it's the same, but the cool thing, we can control the translate, we can control the width and the position of this rectangle. And yeah, so for example, I want to I moved too much, maybe something like that. And I can move the position of where I want to duplicate, starting from here. For example, the 0.5 is the middle. So you can see starting from here to the left. For me, it's like maybe 3 and 7, 0.7. something like that. Cool. After that, what we need to do is we have a simple shape. I want to this image or these particles cover most of the canvas or screen. So first I'm going to create a mirror and I'm going to rotate 45 degrees. Yeah, something like that. And then the cool thing, we can create another mirror. And I'm going to copy the same thing. And I need to change the X, nothing, flip the image. And the other is, I think it's this one. Yeah. So you can see it's like it's very similar. And we can connect this to another. And then connect, and we have this. I'm going to connect to the line. So we have something like this. I'm going to change the resolution because I don't like it. I prefer a square. This works better with this. And we need to change the side of the this render will be parent par, and W copy and paste here, Y. I'm going to press, we have a feedback here, so I create a reset, so we have that. So yeah, we have right now our slit that you can see is like moving in these edges. We can change the position maybe close to the center. So we have more effects like that. And we have this image that, I move, rotate, and then create like this effect like mirror in the center. You can go to the camera and move around. So you have, for example, I do a zoom, you have different shapes. So depend on what you want. For example, like this one, full of things. Okay, I like it. Cool. So what do we have? We create this split scan that create that lines here. We create a mirrors just for cover all around. So after that, we need to add another feedback. I'm going to connect here a null. And I'm going to put a color. Just remember, here is a null, here is another null, and here is another one. And I'm going to save. Okay, after that, we need a feedback. And for the feedback, always remember that we need a keyboard in. For just reset this one. And I'm going to connect these two to this slit scan. Just reset at the same time. After that, we need a transform, a level, just in case it's too much, and a composite. And connect this to here. Composite will be a maximum level. We need to change a little bit the opacity, and the feedback needs this composite. So yes, the same effect as always that we use for feedback. But what we're going to do is here, we are going to add a cache. And for the cache, we just need a cache side, we need just 5. And for output index, we need the same of here, copy, and reference. Let me check. Yes, pattern negative, plus -1. So right now it's creating. I'm going to. This is clean without the cache. It's clean, nice. But when I add the cache, you create like the feedback has more information. I like this visual, so I'm going to duplicate this camera because I like it. And I'm going to move this so you can see what's going on. For example, going to move. When you move, yes, you have the cache working, so be careful. For example, like this too, in the center fully cover all the image. Nice, because you remember we create this mirror, we created like a box inside. You can obviously check, sorry, you can check what happens if I put just one element. So it's like covering that thing. I'm going to put everything. Press 1, just wait for a second, and you have this weird effect. We need color. So for me, it's like creating a light effect, like points of colors moving. I prefer something simple. So for me, I'm going to add a GBA delay. Sorry. Connect here and connect. So we have something like that. We add in color, and for me, it's not too much. It's too much for me, so I'm going to put 4 - 6. So we have more red and green, so it's like creating like something like an orange. Sorry, no, we put more blue and green and less red, so we create like, I don't know, like an orange. After that, I'm going to put 2 blooms. 4 blooms. Let me check this bloom. And we need to add the bloom, the new one, for this version of TouchDesigner. Or the bloom. Yeah, it's too much, but don't worry. We need to change a few numbers. We need to change, this will be not too much. Maybe this will be something like 3. We need to change, yeah, something like that. So it's like we are adding more things here, and maybe we can use a full blue color. We can see what happened if we put, yeah, I prefer 10 iterations, because with 5, it's like, I don't like it too much. It's like you burning something, a few parts. With this, the blue is nicer. We can play with it at 3 hole, obviously with the intensity. Intensity would be a detail, because we're going to add another bloom, so yeah. And with then another bloom, because this is a new one. Yes, it's too much, but don't worry. I'm going to use these numbers because it works for me. I'm going to not too much here, so we can control the light sometimes like normal here, and then when you have more white, it's to more glowing things. We can put something like that. And intensity, we can, yeah, not too much. So we have something like this one. And we can add HSB adjust, and we can add more saturation. Cool. And yeah, we have it. Woohoo. So remember, we have the render. We create, it's a simple particle. It's not too complicated. We create this slit scan. You can, it's like this, you select a part, an area of the shape, and then we select it. So you can see it's like they detecting this area. And then we create a feedback. We use a transform and connect everything together. So we have these lines, it's like moving, or particles moving. And after that, because it's a simple, it's just small particles, we need to add a mirror just for create this effect, and then we do it 2 times, and then we put together. So we create this weird thing. And the cool thing, you can create different cams if you want, or different, you can maybe connect oh, no, we don't have this. But yeah, in another version of TouchDesigner, we have the constraint, but right now, not. But you can duplicate many cameras, and maybe you can select, now I can select camera 2, and we have this, the other visual that I like it. Because sometimes like, oh, I like it, and then I move, and because you can see the position of this is two different. So try to duplicate and save all that nice position, and you can have things like this. So I'm using a lot this is Slit Scan because I can create cool things, and yeah, you can add a different feedback with the cache. So yeah, and obviously we have the RGB delay, the bloom, two blooms. Yeah, you can work with the two blooms because they are different. If you want, for me, this is for just Patreon subscribers. We can add the focus if you, and yes, just the focus, and we can add like blur on the top and the bottom, so it's like we are focusing just this center. Oh, if you want, we can add more blur there. So yeah, I hope you like it, and if you have any question, just send me a message on it's a lot Instagram, Patreon, Discord, YouTube, and I will try to answer. We're going to, I think in the next tutorials, we're going to use a lot this Slit Scan because I love it. But yeah, so see you in the next video. Bye.